What's up, guys? Welcome to the Champion Elixir Podcast with my co-host, Garrett Van Alstyne. We'll be talking about the business, health and fitness, lifestyle. So, Garrett, how are you?
Good, bro. How are you?
Doing good. Can't complain. What'd you have for breakfast this morning?
This morning I had Greek yogurt with 2 cups of granola, blueberries, bananas, strawberries sliced in, a little raw honey on top, 4 pieces of microwave bacon. Got a little hate for that. That's okay. And a cup of my French pressed coffee.
French pressed, huh?
French pressed.
What's up with the French press?
I moved on from the Keurig because Keurig, high temperatures with the plastic. The TikTok's telling me that there's microplastics in my coffee. So we went to the stainless steel French press, removed the microplastics.
Got to keep those T levels up, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the goal. That's the goal.
All right.
What about you?
I'm a big fruit guy. You know, fruit in the morning. You know, fast the protein. Start with a big protein meal around noon, 1 o'clock. Get you teed up.
Teed up.
Yeah.
That's good. How long have you been on, would you say, like a health and fitness journey where you really bought into it?
I mean, I've been into health and fitness like for most of my life, but when it came down to me doing like my own research into it and really taking care of myself, I'd say realistically beginning of college, and it just every year seems like I get more and more into it, and it feels like now, you know, it's like I needed to go into this industry because this was so clearly like what I'm passionate about, what I care about. And so yeah, I mean, probably the last 7 years.
Yeah. I mean, I remember in high school, you know, we were both hard gainers, so we were probably both like 150, 145 pounds.
Oh yeah.
Junior, senior year of high school playing baseball.
The chicks don't like that.
And you used to sit down at the lunch table with the chicken tenders, headphones in, locked in on the road to 170.
Yeah.
Just pounding lunch cafeteria chicken tenders. And now, looking back, what advice would you give the 16-year-old Max on, should he be smacking those chicken tenders or would you have him go a different route?
You know, there's definitely 2 trains of thought. There's the dirty bulk train of thought, which is what I was trying to pull off. I don't know if that necessarily like works well for everybody. I mean, you're going to gain weight, right? It's a calories game. So if you eat more calories, you're going to gain weight. But I still think you need to be mindful about like what you're eating. So when it comes down to it, you have your macros, right? Like you have certain protein numbers you want to hit, certain carb numbers, certain fat numbers. Now, what a lot of people do with the dirty bulk is they're eating McDonald's, right? They're eating Chick-fil-A, ice cream, getting those calories in any way they can. But if you could just clean it up a little bit and maybe, you know, eat more like sweet potatoes, rice, like get those carbs in from like higher quality sources.
You're going to feel better.
You're going to feel way better. You know, I think that's the biggest thing when you're dirty bulking. I mean, we both know, right? Like the brain fog that comes with it. Like you just feel like crap.
Yep.
You know?
I mean, like coming from an athlete standpoint, when I was in college, you know, there's a lot of pressure to put on weight.
Oh yeah.
In order to, you know, hit certain numbers, right? Like I was a pitcher, so they always say mass equals gas is the term around that. So it was like if you get to 200 pounds, you know, you're going to be throwing 10 miles an hour harder than you are now.
Right.
So, you know, I was eating everything I saw.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went out to Arizona to train out there for 6 months. And it was...
What were you training at? You were at
Driveline baseball.
Yeah.
So like once I got out there, I was a little more conscious of what I was eating, but I was still every night killing an entire pint of Haagen-Dazs ice cream. And you wake up and the stomach is moving.
Oh yeah.
And you got to get through that in the morning before you know, but I will say taking a little bit of the BPC 157 when I was out there definitely helped with the gut issues that came along with the dirty bulk and like kind of got rid of some of those negative side effects of just, but in those 6 months I put on probably 13 pounds and like that was not all good weight.
Yeah, it's not good weight, but then you think about it, right? And like if it is weight, so like it's a good starting point to be at. And then if you could kind of like turn that into muscle with the gym, that's where the whole dirty bulking strategy definitely works.
And I mean, it did work, right? I went from 85 to 86 miles an hour throwing. And then by the time I left, I was 89 to 91, touching 92.
Yeah.
And, you know, it was a 13-pound difference. Obviously, there was other stuff that went into it. You know, I was working really hard, but
yeah,
I think most of it came down to the mass I put on.
Yeah.
Because once that went away in the summertime during season, the velo was gone with it.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Yep.
But I think now we're both on the same page of like clean eating. You know?
I want to feel good.
We'd rather feel good.
I'd rather feel good than, you know, we'll put on the weight slowly but surely.
Yeah,
right?
You'll gain muscle. You'll improve your hormone levels, right? Like by eating testosterone boosting foods like steak and eggs and
taking your creatine.
Right.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about creatine.
Uh-huh.
So I really started using creatine probably junior year of college. It was like my first time using it, but I was never consistent with it.
Mm-hmm.
This last year or so, pretty much been every day I've been taking it.
Mm-hmm.
The brain, like the nootropic benefits, I don't think are talked about enough when it comes with the creatine.
Yeah.
And my mom asked me the other day, because we're creating this supplement, right? It's got 5 grams of creatine per serving, the collagen and the electrolytes. And she asked if she should be taking creatine. And I was without a doubt like, yes, I think every human being should take creatine.
I think women especially. I actually saw a study the other day that said women typically, they're like deficient in creatine by like 30% more than men. Because when you think about it, creatine comes from proteins like steak, salmon, right?
Yeah.
Women typically don't eat as much of these foods as men do. So it makes sense, right? And creatine is just such an essential supplement, you know, for your mitochondria to produce energy, muscle recovery, cognitive function, like you're talking about, you know. So.
Absolutely. That's in like a lot of women, I think, get scared away by the bloating side effect of it, which, I mean, there is always going to be water retention when it comes to creatine.
Yeah.
But if you combine it with electrolytes, that bloating side effect, at least in the gut and face, goes away.
Right.
Right. And that water retention is going to happen more in your muscles and in the places you want to look bigger. Right.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, you think about electrolytes, right? And like the key function of electrolytes is to regulate your blood pressure. So when you think about something like a creatine that is like such a, you know, muscle recovery enhancing supplement, it's going to be pumping blood throughout your body. And then you counterbalance that with the hydration from an electrolyte. The blend just kind of makes sense. And, you know, like they tell you when you drink or when you take creatine, you should be drinking like a ton of water, right? Like that's what they always tell you. But the thing is, when you're drinking a ton of water, we all know that that's not hydrating you enough without the added ingredients of like a sodium, a potassium, magnesium.
Yes.
Right.
Because your body's just going to piss it out if you don't have the electrolytes.
And I think that's where the bloating comes from.
Yes.
You know, you're drinking all this water for the creatine, and then you feel lethargic. You have all this water in your stomach now.
Yeah.
You know? So it's kind of funny how I haven't seen like too many other companies really combining electrolytes and creatine, and it just seems like a match made in heaven.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And I don't think if that's just the way the market is and companies are trying to, you know, like double dip and combining them, I'm sure. I mean, we've seen it.
Yeah.
Like there's definitely a profit hit you take, but the benefits of taking both together and not having to buy 2 separate supplements for that, I feel like it's huge.
100%.
Like I combine the 2 every single day.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think that's where this idea kind of stemmed from, right? So let's get into that story a little bit.
Yeah. So first of all, what do we do? What is Champion Elixir?
You know, Champion Elixir is a combination of electrolytes, creatine monohydrate, and grass-fed, grass-finished bovine collagen, right?
Yes.
Our mission really was to, you know, create the highest quality product that we could in a cost-effective way. I think,
Yeah.
you know, over the last couple years, we've been really passionate about health, right? And also a little frustrated with like the current state of health in our country.
Yeah.
Just seeing a lot of these supplement products that are just filled with sugars or artificial sweeteners, or they don't have optimal dosages of their ingredients, right? Just kind of frustrates us as former athletes.
Yeah.
You know?
And I mean, you know, I coach now. You see these kids just drinking. I don't know if I could drop the names of the companies, but you know.
Yeah. Prime,
Prime,
Gatorade.
Gatorade, all those
Yeah.
sugar. I mean, some of them don't have sugar, but they have the artificial sweeteners in it and the harmful dyes in them.
Yeah.
And like,
I mean, kids are the worst. I mean, my nephew, this kid's eating pizza 7 nights a week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, you know.
No, I tell my mom all the time, I wish she had me on a grass-fed diet when I was a kid.
Yeah, well, you
know?
were on the cookie diet.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
You know, my dad comes home, pound the chocolate chip cookies 2 times a week, and I'm the only one eating them. And
Hey, G, we got cookies.
yeah, I mean, I think there was a time when you guys were at my house and you found my Oreo drawer, and
Oh, yeah, probably 15 boxes.
it might be a little bit of an exaggeration, but it was up there.
There was
you know?
multiple closets.
But there was a time in my life, probably when I was 9, 10, 11 years old, where every single night I was smacking a sleeve of Oreos before bed. Without just every single night.
Well, now you're a changed man. You're eating steak, you're eating eggs. Right?
Yeah, but you know.
French pressing coffee. I mean, I don't even know what that is, you know? So this is why we started this brand, right?
Yeah. No, absolutely. And also, though, I do still have my cheat days. You know, like not even cheat days. Like I'm mixing a cookie here or there. If they're at the house, it's hard to turn down.
Oh yeah, I hear you.
And I'm not gonna pretend that like I'm someone that's eating 100% clean all the time. It's just not the reality.
Right.
Which is why I think like if you have the proper supplementation,
Mm-hmm.
you're taking, you know, the vitamins you need every day, your electrolytes. I take probably 15, 20 grams of collagen every day.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm eating, you know, 70 to 80% of my food is good food. That other 20% doesn't matter as much anymore. You know? Like you're checking the boxes you need in order to feel close to 100%.
Yeah.
And, you know, Gary Brecka, what did he say? Most people operate closer to 50% and they don't even know it.
Yeah.
And I think you feel that when you start to change those things in your diet to like
100%.
when you start paying attention to how you feel, not only with your diet, but like get outside, get sunlight,
It's
touch
a lifestyle.
grass, you know?
It's truly a lifestyle.
Yeah,
you
like,
know, I mean, we're
how
both
many
into
kids
that.
are inside all day long?
Most. I mean, honestly, never mind the kids. What about the people that we know that are our age, are adults working, you know, 9 to 5 jobs under blue light all day long, you know?
Yeah.
Never really getting outside unless it's a Saturday or Sunday. You know,
Especially up in the Northeast, you know, you go to work, it's
tough.
it's almost dark, and then by the time you get home at 5 o'clock, it's dark and it's cold.
It's tough living out here.
Yeah.
You know, I was one of those kids, you know, working at JP Morgan in the city, commuting into work. There was a year where I was living in the city, and I hated it. You know, I'm the type of person, I guess I'm sensitive to these environmental factors, right? Where I like to be out in the sun. You know what I mean? I like to live in an area that's a little more spacious.
I mean, you've always been like that, you know? Like,
yeah.
I remember your dad taking us on a team hike as a kid, having us run up the
reservation,
cliff trail.
Yeah,
over at
yeah,
the Rampa Reservation.
Yeah, I was always into that stuff.
Yeah.
So then, you know, living in New York City, it was kind of like a
bit of a culture shock, dude.
100%. You know, now there's no trees in New York City. It's metal boxes and straight lines.
You got some trees, you know.
You got Central Park, but you know, you gotta walk. You gotta go like 2 miles to get to Central Park. You know, it's a whole thing.
Yeah,
but
that's not for me. I agree. Like even the apartment life is tougher for me.
Yeah,
like, I need a yard.
You like to have
might
your
be a little
space,
selfish,
huh?
but you know.
All right.
I'm gonna live at home as long as I can.
Are you into like tanning your balls?
No.
You don't do that.
Not that I haven't done it. You know, shout out Techie, but I mean, we have a buddy tans his balls consistently. That's one of his main claims to fame is he's gonna tan his balls when he has the chance.
Man, kid's got beautiful nuts.
Well, yeah. Shout out.
All right,
let's shift focus there.
Let's get back into how we started this.
You just got away from it right there. All right, yeah. Shift focus.
So we started this company March of last year, right?
Yep.
And this was back when you were in Scottsdale training for baseball, or you were driving out there at least, and we were talking on the phone, and
we were trying to figure out a way. Let's be upfront with everybody.
Right.
We were trying to figure out a way to get rich for a long time.
We just wanted to start a business, and we were
financially
looking to,
free, I should say.
Build our own business. It's
Yes.
really what we wanted to do. I was tired of working my job. I didn't see a future there. I think you were still a little bit unsure about your future.
Yeah.
And
I was trying to play independent professional baseball, and like that don't pay,
Yeah.
does not pay. So it was like I was terrified of the 9 to 5. I still am.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember we were playing basketball,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
trying to figure out what would a good product be. I think originally we wanted to come out with an electrolyte beverage
Yeah.
that you could find in like a 7-Eleven or a common gas station.
Yeah. The thought process was like you see like these brands like Gatorade, right?
Like, yeah, I mean, if
And
you
it's
go
just
into a
sugar.
gas station, what can you find in there that's healthy?
Mm-hmm.
Like a good drink.
Yeah, there's really nothing. You're better off drinking like coconut water or something.
Yeah.
Than,
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's really no great electrolyte drinks out there outside of like, I don't know. I mean, you got like Pedialyte maybe, but Pedialyte tastes horrible.
Yeah. So that was a thought process. And then
Do you remember
Then
what
we
it was
met-
called? The drink that we had?
was it Super Juice?
Super Juice.
Yeah.
Super Juice.
Super Juice. That would have been a good name. And then we met Henry. Right?
Shout out Henry.
Yeah, we met Henry Havey through Rob Bello, our
Bello, the
chiropractor.
owner of BioThrive. Shout out BioThrive Peptides. Great company.
Yeah. And Henry, as we know, is more in the supplement space.
Yes, he does more powders.
So we were talking to him about our drink idea, and he was like, hey, man, don't do a drink because the shipping costs are going to be huge because, shipping goes by weight.
Yeah.
And he was like, I think you should do a powder. If you have a powder idea, let me know what you're thinking. And I think that's when we kind of...
I remember being in Omaha. I was sitting in the hotel parking lot on the phone with you, and we made the decision to go to powders.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, originally we were like, all right, we're going to throw everything we can into one powder.
Mm-hmm.
And then we realized that like, there's a reason companies don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not feasible.
Yeah.
But we settled on, in my opinion, the most important basic 3 supplements that every human being should probably be taking every day.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? Your creatine,
Yeah.
bovine, grass-fed collagen,
Mm-hmm.
and electrolytes. You're
Yeah.
going to check most boxes, amino acid-wise, right? Electrolyte, energy. You get it's very wide range.
Yeah, I mean, they're 3 of the most clinically studied supplements out there.
Yes.
Right? And I think they're 3 supplements that a lot of people who are health conscious consistently take. And, we kind of just looked at the market and saw that there wasn't an option that combined all 3.
Yep.
And, I think the biggest reason for us getting into this is we saw these companies, right? Like you buy electrolytes for $45 a month. You buy your creatine's a little bit cheaper, maybe $25 a month,
Yeah.
right? And then your collagen could be $45, $50 a month,
Yeah.
right? So
You combine those 3 prices, you're over $100 easy.
you're at like $120 a month.
And
right?
ours, you get all 3
for half.
at optimal dosage for,
Yeah.
half the price.
Yeah. So I think that was a shock to us. And, I think, the reason for that is because of the packaging too,
Yeah.
right? Like, I think what customers don't understand is that like every penny in this space, like you have to 5x it on the price of the product, right?
Yes.
So like every dollar you save is like $5 off the price. So packaging could be $2 per container, right? So $6 of packaging for 3 products, and then you 5x that is $30, right?
Yeah.
So but
no, I mean, so originally with the powders, right? I think now we failed so much early on. Not even failed. We were almost like ignored by the industry for a long time. Like,
yeah,
how many phone calls did we have last summer with manufacturers or people, in that space who could have made it a fruition, but it just, we literally get to the point where it came down to getting a quote and we would get ghosted by 2 manufacturers at least last summer, and a couple ingredient suppliers that were just like, even like the logo guys were ghosting us at one point. It was like no one was taking us seriously. And then Henry came up to Jersey and introduced us to Anker.
Yeah.
And that was in October. I think it was the first week of October of 2024. We came to, at the time, AKG, now Youngry, office, and sat down with their team, and then set up a meeting with them to kind of go over what it would all cost. And originally, I think we were not on the fence, but we were just unsure.
We just weren't ready.
Yeah.
So I just want to add something, like what Henry told us from the beginning. He was like, listen, guys, like everything you're trying to do right now is going to take longer than you think.
Yeah.
And like that advice was really just like so true, And
it's a good thing it took longer, because the tweaks we made to the product in the time where we were getting, kind of pushed aside.
Yeah.
Allowed us to make, in my opinion, like the best possible product that we could have made.
We're ready now.
Yeah. Like if our first manufacturer worked out last summer and we didn't have, the advisors around us, the mentors around us, we would have made some major mistakes and probably would have wasted a lot of it, like investments, and it wouldn't have been.
We would have learned the hard way.
Yes. Yes.
So we've avoided learning the hard mistakes, right? And it's taken a long time, right? Like we both expected to be up and running with product months ago. It hasn't happened yet for whatever reason.
I feel like we've been 3 months away for 12 months.
Yeah.
And
it could be frustrating at times, but this is just what it is when you're starting a business. Not everything's going to be perfect. Things are going to go left, things are going to go right, and you just got to be able to adapt.
Yep. So after we had that meeting with Anker, the first one, we found out about Supply Side West in Vegas. And I feel like that was really where everything changed for us.
Yeah, 100%. That's when we started to like really learn the industry a little bit more.
Surround us with the right people. And
yep.
I think Anker took us seriously when we flew out to Vegas and was like, ready to kind of, he's mentored us since.
And he took us under his wing.
Yeah.
And I think it was very clear to us that we need to work with this guy.
Yeah.
He's someone that you wanted to bet on. I remember after the event when we were at that bar and they announced party. Like industry
icon of the year, and he was one of the finalists for that.
Yeah.
And he had his suitcase with him because he was like trying to get his award and hop on his flight home.
Right.
And
he's just a hard worker, man. He's just tough.
He's always moving. He was rolling his suitcase around Mandalay Bay casinos, ready to get out of there. But he definitely, from there, I mean, the people he's introduced us to, and Juan, our manufacturer out in Utah, like without him, we couldn't get anyone to take us seriously, and he kind of helped us step into that role of like, okay, these kids are legit. They actually are doing something that's going to be good, and like, they got this guy behind them who's done it before.
Yeah, 100%. It definitely helps having him to open some doors for us.
Yeah.
And That's not to say that we still haven't made our mistakes
Absolutely.
along the way. Like I think a funny one was when we went out to Columbus for the Arnold expedition.
Yeah, with like we made our own stick packs.
Right.
They looked horrible.
Yeah.
We smacked stickers on them, and then we showed up and we're like, we're probably not even allowed to hand these out because
they look terrible.
Yeah, and also like just the soliciting rules there, like totally unprepared.
Yeah.
For that event. But I will say it was good to go to because I think we both said that in the future, like getting a booth there would be really beneficial. And
we've learned a lot of hard lessons along the way.
That was a rough weekend, but
yeah, rough weekend. Definitely out of place. You got to have a booth, right? You got to have a booth and you got to have some good looking women with you. I think that was pretty clear.
Let's not be misogynist now.
That's not misogynist,
Yeah. Now you walk around that place and it's like you got some women that would totally kick my ass, like some jack chicks. I was like, wow,
I wasn't thinking of that. I was thinking,
it was just I remember walking around with Aiello and there was some groups of
girls that would kick your ass.
Yeah, they were like a good 185, solid 185ers.
Holy shit.
Watching the event where they're like,
were they like power?
Yeah, they're power cleaning like 275, 315.
Yeah.
It's like, I can't do that.
Yeah.
Shows you, that place was interesting. It did smell like a frat house in there. It was like just gross. Sweat.
It was gross. The Arnold is a gross event.
Let's not hate on the Arnold. We might be getting a booth there. We might need to cut that. But yeah. Well, the other one is the Olympia out in Vegas in October.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
That's one where we've had a lot of people tell us that that's a good place to kind of launch a product and really get your foot in the door of like the influencer world and bodybuilding.
I mean, I think that's like going to be a big key for us moving forward. So like, let's kind of shift to like where we're at right now.
Yeah.
Right. So, we've decided our formula is, going to be 800 milligrams of sodium, 400 milligrams of potassium, 150 milligrams of magnesium. That's our electrolyte blend. We have 5 grams of creatine monohydrate and then 10 grams of grass-fed, grass-finished bovine collagen. Also added in some taurine and L-citrulline, both at 100 milligrams. This is just for, the energy effects that come with, taking taurine and L-citrulline. Also increase blood flow. You're going to feel better in the gym, and post-workout for recovery.
Help the pump.
Yeah. So right now, we're finalizing our bag design, sending it over to our manufacturer, getting ready to go into development. So we're about 4 weeks out from launching our product. So this is when we have to switch from a product development mindset to now a sales mindset. How are we going to sell this thing? And I think what we're both starting to realize is it's kind of one step at a time. I think we were both like really ambitious when we started this thing, thinking like, if we just are pumping out content on TikTok and Instagram, we could really blow this thing up like overnight. Like who knows what could happen.
Also using all the athlete connections we have. And
right.
Maybe it's not the right time to do that yet,
Yeah. So, right. One of our partners is a sports agent, Ryan Straining, runs his own sports agency, Always On. And, we have the distribution of, 30 high level Division I college football players, college basketball players,
NBA players,
even an NBA player. Right. And this is an avenue that we're looking to go down. But at the same time, it's like, well, are we even ready for this commitment right now? Because we need to like grow our socials a little bit.
Hey, we need to better our social infrastructure before we start going after like those major athletes. Like if we could kind of like, we're going to have to learn the hard way with the content as well. Like it's not going to be as easy as you think. It never is.
No, never is.
And having like 2 months, hopefully 2-3 months of experience before we start reaching out to those higher influencers, I guess, right? Like I think we're both on the page of like going after the micro influencers first.
I think that's
starting local.
Yeah.
You know, we got a lot of friends and, you know, former classmates, teammates that run fitness pages that all have, you know, between less than 10,000 followers, right?
Yeah.
So like start there. And then as we have more stuff on our social media pages, we look more legit as a company, right? And like people are going to take it seriously. And then we start reaching out to a wider range of affiliates and continue to kind of grow from there.
Yeah, it's like, you know, step one, right? Like grow locally, grow in your community. And then once you legitimize your business, you have some customers now. Now you give yourself the opportunity to blow up, right? On social media.
Because you almost like, if we blew up right away, we'd be in a tough spot.
Yeah.
Because it's not like it takes a week to get new product.
Right. It takes a long time.
And
you know,
I mean, we don't have a ton of product to start yet. I think it's a good thing, right? I mean, originally we were going to get, 5,000 units?
5,000 units, yeah.
And now we've kind of negotiated our way down to 1,000 units for the first run, almost as a test sample.
Yeah,
like,
proof of concept.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, I mean, we definitely believe in this product to the point where we think we could sell 5,000 units, right? But at the same time, you want to be smart about it. You don't want to
get 5,000 units and then realize like, we're struggling to sell this, and you know, you got that shelf life to worry about.
Inventory.
You got there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. I think it's a better move for us anyway right now. I think it makes sense. That's originally what we wanted to do, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I think before we really got into it, our goal was 500 to 1,000 units first run. Kind of got talked out of it, and then we weaseled our way back.
Yeah, well, it was more so we wanted to do stick packs, right?
Yes.
Because stick packs are like really convenient. They're easy to hand out to people. You know, they would be a great marketing tool.
Yes.
The problem with developing stick packs is that, you know, you're adding at least $3 onto your cost of goods, which is a lot. And, you know, also these manufacturers, they have minimums, right? So there's quality control when it comes to all this stuff. They have to pour the supplement powder into each individual stick packs.
Yep.
There's a longer cleaning process, right? It's difficult to do. So they're going to charge you higher minimums to make it worth their time. And the minimum that we were offered was 5,000. But then we realized that it just doesn't make sense. Not right now. Yeah, not right now.
I think down the road a stick pack could be, you know, it's ideal. So like down the road when we establish ourselves, it's always stuff that we can go and, you know, maybe try.
Well, I think what's going to be cool is like, now we're just doing a bag of powder, right?
Yeah.
But with the scooper, we're going to be using that scooper that comes with a funnel on it. So it can make it easy for people to like pour in water bottles and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And no microplastics in our bag. It's a foil bag.
Yeah. Yeah. That's important.
And it's a metal scooper too, right?
Yeah. We're going to make sure.
Okay.
We're going to make sure. We're not there yet, but yeah.
No microplastics.
All right.
Save the penis. Yeah. Save the balls. Back to the balls. I got some TikTok clips for us to react to. You want to take a look?
All right.
See what you think. Some Gary Brecka stuff. The good stuff.
All right. All right. The good stuff.
I got to restart it.
Do you know that over the age of 55, 90% of Americans are so dehydrated that they have no longer the sensation for thirst? If you are one of those people that can go an entire day without drinking a single glass of water and your body doesn't remind you, you are so clinically dehydrated, you are physiologically suffering as we speak. This is what I love about nutrients and supplementation from the right sources. When we take it from what nature gave us and we put it in our bodies, it actually has profound natural reaction. Creatine is one of those. Our body makes creatine. And when you're deficient in creatine, your muscles can't trap water. You have nothing to hold and store the water. So if you actually have enough creatine in your muscle, you will have the raw material, hydrogen and oxygen, that your mitochondria need to function at their most efficient way, and that the rest of your body needs to neutralize free radicals.
Give me a pause.
Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty crazy statistic, honestly. That people just don't have the sensation to drink water. I've never heard of such a thing. So
I've seen it for sure. I got someone. So like, I think what Maury's saying, they're drinking throughout the day, but they're not drinking water, right? You got your Diet Coke fiends, right?
Oh yeah, that's
like
a big one. The
Dr.
DCs.
Pepper fiends, coffee fiends. You just they're not really drinking water.
Mm-hmm.
For example, my dad, big Diet Coke guy.
That generation.
And I've been going at him. I've been trying to get him off, but he just won't do it. He's almost kicked everything else, and he's got no other vices, but Diet Coke's like, that's his go-to.
Those boomers are stubborn about their DC.
Yeah. And what he says is, he's like, what do you mean? I get half a cup of water in every Diet Coke because I fill it with ice. And I'm like,
man, that's terrible.
it's just not how this works.
Yeah, that's bad.
It's not how this works. But like, trying to get him on supplements has been a little bit of a struggle. But I've gotten him to start taking electrolytes every day.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna get the creatine once we get our product.
Yeah.
For sure. I think he's just gonna take our product every day, and like that'll help him a lot. And he's with the electrolytes in the morning, he drinks 16 ounces of water right when he wakes up. So now he's starting to get that water into him.
That's good.
It's that generation. That's who he's talking about. When Breckus says that.
Yeah. I mean, I think it was interesting there too, how he was talking about like taking creatine is actually hydrating your cells.
Yeah.
Right? And I think there's a common misconception that if you take creatine, you're dehydrating yourself because you need to drink more water with it.
Yeah.
Right. That's what you're told. But that's not really true.
It's not the case.
Yeah. So I'm happy to hear your dad is changing his lifestyle.
Yeah, we're Big Fred. Shout out Fred.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you know how it is though.
Yep.
How you
All
pulling
right.
up.
I got another clip for you. This one we kind of talked about earlier. Just swipe to the next. And
Hey guys, heading out to the gym. One of the things I take every day is creatine, about 1,500 milligrams of creatine. Sometimes it's dosed in grams, so 5 grams of creatine. If you're a female over 40, don't think that creatine is just for men anymore, and don't think that it's just a performance supplement to actually just boost muscle growth. It's great for those things, but it is amazing for cognitive function. I use these little row creatine packs. They're liquid liposomal packs. They have 1,500 milligrams of creatine in them. They're very easy to take, super easy to travel with. But if you are a female over 40, or you are a male and you are exercising on a regular basis, you're trying to build lean muscle, or you're a female trying to build lean muscle, creatine is a must-have in your arsenal of supplementation. It's one of the biggest deficiencies in females over 40 years old. So think of it as a cognitive enhancer, not just something that builds muscle. I love these, liquid row nutrition packs. I also like the liposomal version.
I think you were talking about that earlier.
Yeah. I think creatine, I don't know where it stems from, just has such like a negative stigma around it from like a woman's perspective,
It's been like that for a long time.
Been like that for a long time. And I think the reason is because like a lot of bodybuilders, right, take creatine, or like it's commonly taken by men who want to put on muscle, right? Like I think that's every guy's goal when they take creatine is, I'm going to get bigger.
Yep, absolutely. And, I remember telling my family, we were all down the shore last summer, what we were doing. I was like, we're starting this, supplement. And I said creatine. And one of my older aunts was like, doesn't that hurt your kidneys?
Yeah, they think you're taking like, steroids or something.
Yes,
right?
yeah. Like they think it's a super negative supplement, when in reality, it is the most studied supplement on the face of the planet.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, like
literally the most
studied supplement ever created.
Yeah, and it's interesting what he's saying there about the cognitive effects. I mean, there's studies that I've been reading that say that creatine is great for when you're sleep deprived. Yep. So that like if you have a night where you get like, you got a clip of that.
Wait.
When you get like 4 or 5 hours of sleep, right, and you take creatine supplement, it could kind of offset the negative effects of being sleep deprived. Also, people who get like Alzheimer's, right? Like they say creatine can be a great supplement for like preventing the cognitive decline as you age.
Well, I think one of these clips, I'm not 100%, so I'll say it now. They was talking about there's studies now with creatine and its benefits on Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, and dementia. And they say the signs are promising. I got 2 more clips for you.
Yeah.
Try this one. Because this is an interesting ingredient that I don't think a lot of people know we have in our supplement. Skip to the next one. There's a Redmond one I want to get to.
But taurine has been shown to increase mitochondrial production of ATP, improves electron transport. Now, taurine is stored in the retina, in the brain, primarily the pineal gland, in heart muscle, in skeletal muscle. Most of our taurine, though, we get from eating animal products. Now, we also know that as you age, taurine stores greatly reduce. So by the time you're 65, you typically have about 25% of the stores of taurine as you did when you were 25. So if you were to search the literature, the preclinical literature on taurine...
Cut it there. Let's talk about what he just said about... Yeah. Sounds like if you're 60 years old, you should take Champion Elixir. That's what it sounds like to me.
I find it kind of interesting how a lot of these supplements, or these ingredients at least, like as you age, it seems that there's a direct correlation to like a decline in the amount of supplement your body is like naturally producing.
But it makes sense, right? Like think about just aging in general. Your joints get weaker, your skin gets saggier, you start to lose your hair, you know, like
even with collagen, right? Yeah. Like, and that was something we've been talking about for months. It's like after the age of 18, you lose 1% of your collagen every single year. And I think what people don't understand is that collagen is the most abundant source of protein in the human body, right? So like you could argue it's probably more important to take your collagen supplement than your whey protein.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, if you take 2 servings of our product, you're getting 18 grams of collagen protein.
Of protein?
Yes.
Yeah.
Of protein.
20 grams of
collagen.
Collagen, yeah. But of just protein.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, that was an interesting, you know, video about taurine, which is like one of my favorite supplements right now.
Yeah.
You notice that taurine is in a lot of these energy drinks like Red Bull, Monster, because of the effects it has for like your cognitive function, like your energy levels, right? Like you feel more charged up and alive. I was reading some funny stuff about how like, you know, these health influencers, like we all see them, like they're pretty wacky guys, but they, you know, before a night out, like partying, they take taurine to like, you know, remove some of that social anxiety. I tried it, wasn't that good. You know, you feel good on it, but I wouldn't say you're like, you know, zen.
Yeah, you ain't the Rizzler.
Yeah, you're not the Rizzler. Yeah.
As the kids say.
Yeah. But I think taurine is just such like a cool amino acid, and you know, it's not in collagen.
No.
And collagen, you know, is flooded with essential amino acids, but taurine is one of the rare ones that's not in there. So I think we just thought it was like something we really wanted to have in this product.
Yep.
And then, you know, then there was L-citrulline, right, that we also put in. And anybody who's taken a pre-workout has probably felt, you know, their blood vessels kind of expand.
The pump, right? I used to take this stuff from, shout out Bucked Up. It was called Pump, and I'm pretty sure it was just L-citrulline, taurine, and
yeah,
like it was
100%. That's where that comes from. Is the L-citrulline, right? So that's why we threw those in, because we know people who are taking this product are gonna, you know,
they're gonna be probably taking it before they work out.
Yeah, you know, before or after, right? And it's gonna be people who are health conscious, going to the gym, right? So you want to have a product that could be used for recovery, also can be used as a pre-workout, right?
I got one more for you, and then let's wrap up. But I definitely want to touch on our salt. So take a look at, you'll see it. You should see it. It's right in the middle of the screen.
This is why I only use the brand Redmond Real Salt. And you might be wondering, does it really matter? See, the average table salt is very processed to where there are no minerals left. So the better alternative is sea salt, which is full of extra minerals and electrolytes. But the problem with that is that us humans throw garbage into the oceans, so microplastics end up in the salt. So what I prefer is Redmond Real Salt, which is an ancient dried up sea in Utah that has not been contaminated by humans, so it can get all the extra minerals without any of the harmful microplastics. This is why I only use the brand.
Yeah. I mean, I think that was a big reason for us.
So we use Redmond Real Salt.
Yeah, Redmond Real Salt's in our product. And, the thing about salts is that there are a lot of microplastics in them, right?
Yep.
Because typically they come from the sea.
Yes.
But, like they said in this video, this comes from an ancient seabed in Utah that's dried out, right? So you don't have the microplastics getting into the product.
Yes. And it still has the trace minerals versus like, if you look at an Element, right? Element just uses regular sodium chloride. There's no trace minerals in that. As he said, it gets filtered out throughout that process, right?
Yeah.
Right. Outside of, Celtic's good. Your Pink Himalaya, all like the named salts, I guess, right? Like,
Yeah.
but, Brecca's kind of gone back on a lot of those. And I'm a Brecca truther. Shout out Gary. But, he used to say use Pink Himalaya. Now he doesn't. He says that most of the Pink Himalaya that he third-party tests is found with high percentage of heavy metals and microplastics in it.
Yeah, I think that's like a recent development in the health world.
Yeah.
Is that like a lot of the salts that we thought were healthy are really not.
Not all salts are equal.
Yeah. So, I'm glad we're using a brand that is trusted.
Yeah. All of our products we're third-party tested, right? Our manufacturer sends it out, gets third-party tested.
U.S. manufactured, third-party tested.
Exactly. And like, when we say that we use the best possible products or ingredients, we use the best possible ingredients.
Yeah.
Like we could have made it so our product cost us $6 to make and made crazy profit and we're cheaper than everybody else. But we have a couple things that we are not willing to move on, right? Like they wanted us to put sucralose in ours. We're like, absolutely not.
Right.
Like, and honestly, we use the stevia and the monk fruit, the all naturals ingredients and flavoring, and it tastes really good.
Yeah.
Our raspberry's great.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's a great formula. I'm happy with it. Also the beet juice.
The beet juice too, yes.
Which has, not nitric oxide. That'll also, give you a good pump in the gym too.
Yeah. No, absolutely. All right, man.
Yeah.
This was fun.
Are we I guess we're good,
Let's
huh?
wrap up.
Yeah. Feel cheap. No, I was going to say.
Keep it wrap up. Like, that was great. Welcome to our first podcast. Just kind of touch upon the detail.
All right.
I got it.
All right.
All right. That was our first podcast, right? In Champion Elixir Pod. That was great. It was fun. I think we got a lot of information out there talking about our product and the ingredients and kind of our brand story. And as we go through our journey of starting this brand, I'm excited to keep people posted and, informed on what they're putting in their bodies. Because there's a lot of information out there. And, not all of it's 100% accurate. And that's also on us. We're learning as we go as well.
Yeah. This is going to be an education for our customers, and also it's a continuous education for us as well. We're constantly learning and willing to share, new health trends with you all. So.
Shout out Flexwork Studios. Shout out Youngry. See you next month.
You're like a radio host.